Hey guys, Zane here. So what do you have in common with a banana? Any takers? I keep it clean. So I'm going to tell you because I'm guessing I'm not going to get a whole lot of answers on this one. But so you have the same amount of blood sugar or sugar in your blood, which is 5 teaspoons, about 20-ish grams of sugar, as a small banana, minus the fiber. The other thing you might say is, a quarter cup of steel cut oats. Subtract the fiber, about 20 grams of starch or sugar there. That's all the blood sugar you have in your veins. Okay, I'm not talking about the glycogen stored in your liver or your muscles, but I'm saying floating through your bloodstream, 5 teaspoons. Okay, why is this significant? Why is this significant? Because when you go past 5 teaspoons in your bloodstream, your body releases insulin, the hormone insulin, okay? When you release insulin, it's trying to move, it doesn't want it to go over 5. So it releases insulin to take the excess sugar above that 5 and move it into muscle cells and fat cells. So essentially you go from being able to burn fat, okay, when insulin's not present and your blood sugar is at 5 teaspoons or less, you can actually release and burn fat, okay, or allow fat to stay in your bloodstream. To insulin's release, now you're in storage mode. You have stopped releasing fat. You cannot burn any more fat, okay, for fuel. You're not going to release any more stored fat, and you're in the storage mode. That's all there's to it. You can't release and store at the same time. That wouldn't make sense because you're trying to get stuff out of the bloodstream. You're not going to put more into it, are you? No, you're trying to burn off that blood sugar. So, doesn't take much to give you. It's a very narrow window. If you're at 7 teaspoons, that's for a non-diabetic person. Diabetic, you have about 7 teaspoons floating through your bloodstream all the time. Not a big window there, is it? Not a big window between non-diabetic and diabetic. So that's why diabetics, especially if they have insulin high all the time or they're taking insulin, they can't lose weight because insulin is always high. They're not going to release fat for fuel. So, what does this mean for you if you're trying to lose weight? Well, what makes insulin go up over that to be released? What takes your blood over 5 teaspoons? Well, pretty much any meal. I mean, unless you're just eating like a slice of butter in your coffee, which wouldn't really do it. But any amount of carbohydrate, something that tastes sweet, or starch, sugar, fruit, okay, anything like that. Really doesn't take much. Any kind of protein is going to bump insulin a little bit. So as long as insulin is bumped up, okay, you're not burning fat. You're storing it. So would this make sense with the advice out there that you're supposed to eat every couple hours, 5 or 6 meals a day to help you burn more body fat? How would that be possible if every couple hours you're bumping insulin up and you're having probably a balance, what they call a balanced meal, not a low carb meal, but a balanced meal, some protein, some carbs, a little bit of fats, that bumps insulin up, that takes about, an hour and a half for insulin to come back down and things to be leveled out. And then you're going to eat again in 2.5, maybe 3 hours. That's really limiting. And you do this 5 times a day, 6 times a day? You're eating breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner, maybe a little after dinner something while you're watching Netflix. When is your body going to burn fat? Basically, you're giving it when you're in bed, when you're sleeping. And you're limited to that time. So most of the day, not only are you limiting when you can release fat, but you're storing it because insulin is high every couple hours and it's up there for a while. So you have more time storing fat than you do burning it throughout your day. That's not a winning strategy. That's not going to work for you. That's why it hasn't worked for you. That's why everybody's eating 5-6 meals a day, right? Typical person as of the early 2000s, they found 5-6 times a day. As opposed to you go back to the mid 70s, average person ate 3 meals a day. Guess what's gone up since the 70s? The obesity rate, nonstop, diabetes, nonstop. So this 5-6 meals a day thing, it's a lie. I mean, if you're a college athlete, a professional athlete, or you're in the gym 2-3 hours a week, okay, college athletes, 20 hours a week of training. Professional athlete, more than that, right? Twice as much. Or you're just one of these, fitness, whatever you want to call them, people, who's working out 2 or 3 hours a day. Okay, sure. But most of us have jobs, families, other things we want to do besides be in the gym for 2 or 3 hours a day working out, right? Twice a day, all that kind of stuff. I don't do that. I'm like 3 hours a week, really. Maybe, sometimes 2. So for real life, okay, 3 meals a day, actually, eat and then stop eating. And then eat again, stop eating, and then eat, okay? And allow time between meals for your body to actually burn fat. Allow time for insulin to come back down after you've eaten that meal. And have time for it to stay low and stay below that 5 teaspoons of blood sugar, right? Say on its own, without insulin having to do it for you. Let blood sugar stay low, insulin stay low. You can access fat stores, okay, for fuel that you need it. So any energy that you need, you can supplement it with fat stores. But as long as insulin's up, that's not going to work. Guys, you go to the gym, and you're going to fuel up before you go to the gym. I'm going to have my pre-workout carbs. So I'm going to carb up, carb load before I go work out. Well, that might help your performance. You might have a stronger, faster workout, but you're getting right in the way of maybe what your goal is. If your goal is to lose weight or burn fat or get leaner, you're in the way. You're putting food in the way. Insulin's going to be high when you're there. You'll be lucky by the end of your workout to have burned off the sugar you just put in your body and bring you back down to where you may actually have a normal blood sugar. But if you're taking your blood sugar at a normal meal up to 200, let's say normal blood sugar fasted is between 80 and 90, right? 5 teaspoons, above 5 teaspoons when you release insulin, that's up over 100. That'd be a fasting glucose of over 100. So anything over 100, insulin's released. You eat, you're going up to 200. So it takes a while of insulin to bring that back down. Well, you're going to go exercise, that's great, you're going to burn some stuff off, but you're burning off what you just put in your mouth. You're burning off the carbs you just put in your mouth. You're burning off the pre-workout. You're not burning off your stored body fat. And if that's why you're going, you need to go fasted. You need to go when you haven't eaten for at least 4 or 5 hours, if not overnight. So quit preloading unless your goal is to get bigger or get faster, stronger, and you're a competitive athlete, and that's your goal. Fine, then that's a different goal. If your goal is to just get fitter and leaner and fit in your clothes a little better and maybe shrink your waist, stop eating. Don't eat before your workout, and limit your meals to 3 times a day, or even if you're intermittent fasting, 2 or 2 meals and a snack. If you skip breakfast, eat at lunch, maybe a little protein snack, high fiber snack mid-afternoon, and then dinner. And stop and allow your body, get out of its way. Allow insulin to come down, and you have to get out of your body's way to burn fat. It'll do it if you get out of its way. But as long as you're still sticking food in your mouth every 2 or 3 hours, you're getting in the way. As long as you're eating the balanced diet, a high carb diet of 30, 40, 50% carbohydrate, you're getting in the way. It takes longer for that insulin to come back down. And you're giving your body blood sugar all the time. Fat, guess what fat doesn't do? Fat doesn't stimulate insulin. You will not store the fat that you eat as fat until insulin is released. Okay? That bacon, those eggs, bacon's not hurting you. Eggs aren't hurting you. Okay? It's the biscuits. It's the bread, it's the toast, it's the bagel, it's the sugar in your coffee. Okay? Fat doesn't make you fat. When insulin's released, you store everything. You store fat as fat, you store sugar as fat. Keep insulin low. When that fat hits your bloodstream, it'll stay there, and you use it for fuel, use it for ketones, use it for energy. But as long as you keep sticking their little snacks, your little bars, packaged bars that look have sunshiny face and say healthy and high protein and all this stuff on it to make you think it's healthy, and you keep sticking it in your mouth, you're not burning fat. You can't eat and burn fat at the same time. You can't digest food, get it out of your bloodstream, and burn fat at the same time. It's impossible. So, eat and then stop eating. No snacks. Eat again. Nice, healthy, whole food meal. Lots of green veggies, lots of some good protein, some healthy fats like almonds, olive oil in your salad, avocado, good stuff like that. Good animal fats, little cheese if you want it. Almonds, enjoy it. And then stop and move on. Eat enough to get you to the next meal. So this is the kind of stuff we talk about in my Food Comes First Weight Loss Academy. So if this is something you might want to hear more about, I do actually have a free kind of information group where I post videos like this, and I post some testimonials from some of the Academy members who are losing weight, and really continuing with it even through the Academy. They're texting me back saying, hey, I lost another 4 or 5 pounds because they've continued the lifestyle ongoing. If you want to hear more about that, comment below, and I'll send you a link to join the free group where I have a lot of info there, and you can see some of the results that people are having from the Weight Loss Academy. So again, if you want more information about that, or you want a link to it, just put a comment below, and I'll get that right to you. Talk to you later.